Okay, so we can officially start this class. I'll first pass my greetings to all of you here. Shuko, I know this is your first time being on this platform. You are most welcome. Alexander, you are also very welcome here. Mtali, I didn't see you at the office. Did you dodge? Mm?
No, I was very much in the office.
No? Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we'll look at some basic functions and options that you can use when you're doing certain computations. I know out there you may have been tempted to do advanced Excel by some people out there, but there is no advanced Excel. There is no basic Excel. Neither is there any intermediate Excel. Even the smallest, the most basic function can be used to create very amazing things. I think you saw in the last meeting, the last lecture we had when we were looking at some products, the way we were creating charts using pipes, creating codes, and those codes then were able to create graphics. We are using very basic functions, but creating very amazing things. So today we'll look at options and basic functions, then I'll wow you with certain things that possibly you have never seen. And maybe you don't know that Excel can do it. So we'll start with when you're developing these financial models or you're doing some analysis of some kind in spreadsheets. Once in a while, you'll be required to create some fancy tables. You need to compute to escalate certain numbers by a certain rate. So you will need to know how to do it. And presentation is extremely key when you're actually developing models. It shouldn't look so scruffy. It should look so professional. So here, we are saying in your current year, for example, 2010, maybe I change this to 20 to 2024. So you look at this as actual. So use this formula. Type equals sequence. Are you there? Ignore the rows, comma, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. Type 6 columns. Comma. Type the start date, which is 2024. Comma, the step 1 and close. Press enter. Sorry. Just delete this whole thing, sorry. Just delete that whole thing. Then start equals sequence. Rows, let's ignore. Columns, down there are 6. Start 2024. Step will be moving 1. Press enter. Hello?
Yes, we're following.
Following is not a good thing, memory. Why are you following? We need to be together. Don't follow. But did you see what I did? Let's do the same thing here. I'm introducing you to dynamic arrays. These are very powerful functions. That is what I'm introducing you to. So you'll be using them mostly in your financial models because financial models will have flags, will have these timing flags, which you need to build that skill to understand the importance of timings and when you use them. But in here, what I'm just trying to do, I'm just introducing. Otherwise, what I could have done, I could have just typed 2024 and dragged it the other side up to 2029. But I want to show you that there are functions that you can use. And these ones, they are latest functions for those that are using 365. They're called dynamic arrays. Those days, the traditional Excel, you'd concentrate in one cell, one row, one column. But here, you'll see what I'm going to do in here. Whatever I'll do, once I press enter, it will all go up to the last cell, the last targeted cell. So in this case, I'm typing sequence. So I'm saying I don't want to put rows here. I'll do comma. Well, I want to start with columns. In columns, I want to have 6 columns. 1, 2, from D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I type 6 there. Start, I'm saying I'm starting with 2024. Step, I'll be moving by 1 step each. So I'll close and press enter. Who has a 365? Who is able to do what I'm doing here? Okay.
I'm able to have.
Mtalo, you're able to do that as well? Okay, very good. Shuko, I know, I'm sure in Boma. Do you have 365?
No, I don't have. I'm yet to set it up on my computer. I just have it on my phone, but it's a bit cumbersome on the phone.
Okay, okay, that's okay. It's fair enough. But all in all, what you wanted is just those years. Just wanted to show you that there's an alternative to this. You can use dynamic arrays. Okay. So now we have the actual sales in 2024, and we want to forecast up to 2029. Based on the analysis, we have discovered that the CAGR, that is compounded annual growth rate, is 5%. And this is from analysis. It's just like the population of Zambia. The population of Zambia, it is around 2.88% on an annual basis. So you're able to project the population by 2030, 2040, 2038, just using that number. So we are actually saying we have done our analysis in terms of the growth, the past trend, and it's showing us that the sales, that is to assume that everything remains as is, all the conditions remain normal, is that the growth rate is 5% on an annual basis. So you are doing your focus, and this is what you do. You type in there equals, pick this number here, lock it. By locking is putting dollar signs. A dollar sign before D, you are actually locking a column. Dollar sign before a value or a number, you are actually locking a row. I know we'll be dealing with this possibly tomorrow also. So there are shortcuts that you can use. You can use your FN F4 by pressing the FN. This is a key that is the key that is next to control. And you press your F4 key, you'll be able to lock. Some other laptops would actually allow you to go directly to the F4 key. Those are functional keys where there's escape. The line where there's ESC, escape key. That's where you find those keys. That is where you are going to find the F4 key. Or you can use Shift and F4 key, F4. But those dollar signs that you're seeing there, it is not money, no. Those are locks or anchors. You are able to anchor a number that shouldn't move. So we have locked that number times open bracket 1 plus, lock this number here. You lock this number as well by pressing FN F4 to the power. This sign to the power 2. Where is it? Where 6 is. So press Shift, then press 6 to the power 2 what? E3. Then you can press Control, hold Control and press Enter. So you have these numbers. Let me repeat again. Equals. I pick D6, which is sales. FN F4, I lock. Times, open bracket, 1 plus, I'm just growing this number by 5%. Plus D3, which is a growth rate. Again, I lock. Close bracket. To the power 2, Shift and press the 6. There, 6. To the power 2. Then I pick these numbers. These numbers here, they are actually dynamic. They are relative. I pick E3. Then I can hold Control and press Enter so that I don't need to start copying and pasting. By pressing Control Enter, I'll do it at once. Or I'm doing it at once. Zara, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm fine. How's the weekend?
Hot.
Huh? Does it ever get hot?
Oh, yes, it's very hot. 25 degrees.
Yeah, I think
Sorry.
we're around the 30.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. This is why I'm this dark.
Joining late.
Yeah.
Maybe I've just joined. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. That's when we have started, actually.
Okay.
So press Control, Enter. So this is one method in which you can, if you want to, depending on the layout, depending on your options, you can create something like this. But what you're learning here is first on the locks and how you actually grow or how you forecast into the future. So you have already done your analysis. It shows that in the past few years, 5 years, you have been growing at 5%. So you're using that 5% to forecast into the future. Forecasting, ideally, all you're actually doing is an art where you look at the patterns, the historical patterns, And you use those historical patterns to determine the future or how the future is going to look. Obviously, you don't need to over patronize God, but this is business. So you're able to see where your revenues would be if the same pattern of growth continues. Or you can use this method here. So what you do is that you lock this and you let this particular cell remain dynamic. So I can highlight like this and press equals, pick this number, I'm not going to lock it, times open bracket 1 plus, I pick the growth rate, lock Fn F4, then I'll press Control Enter, and I have these numbers. Are we there? Zara, is it okay? You are mute, madam. You are mute. Yes, Shuko?
Yes, for me, my question is on the aspect of locking. What does that really mean? Like when you said the
Okay.
dollar sign,
Okay,
where
let
the
me
dollar
do this.
sign
Let me
is.
do this. Let me do this. If, for example, I don't lock, I pick this number here times open bracket 1 plus this number here. Press enter. So you see what is going to happen. I'll come here. I want to check how this, I want to trace precedence and see what makes up this number. How is it coming in? Which variables are actually making this number? So I'll go to formulas and I'll press trace precedence. So you can see that for this first one, it is picking this one and this number here, which is okay. And this is what it has done here, right? But then when I come to this number here and I press trace precedence, you will see that it will pick a blank here and it will pick this number there. And this is why these numbers will not change. So it will pick like this. So what does it mean? It means this has moved from there and it is actually moving going this side. So when you anchor this number here, you put the dollar signs, or you're actually saying that I don't want it to move. It's like you have a banana boat and you manage to go to the other side of the shore. Then you decide not to anchor your banana boat. You'll find it, if it is in the States, you'll find it at Myanganas in Kafue. It would have gone because you did not anchor it. So all you're doing, those are anchors, so that it doesn't move. So you see, if I come here and I trace precedence, it has picked this number. There, the percentage, it has picked a blank number. But for this one, if I come here, trace precedence, you can see, let me just first remove. You can see that this number here, it is not moving. It remains as is. There's a specific topic that you'll be learning about these anchors, relative and absolute referencing. Depending on my program and my mood, we may have it tomorrow. Hello, Shuko. Is it okay?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Very good. Moise and Chiwe, you are welcome to this academy.
Thank you so much, boss.
And I guess you have the data sheets.
Yes, we do. We're
Okay,
just
that's very
opening
good.
and setting it up just now. Thank you.
Thank you. So what we are actually doing, if you see a dollar sign before a letter all you're actually saying is that you're locking or anchoring a column. If you see a dollar sign just before a number, that's a raw number. It means that you're actually locking a row. If you see this, this is absolute locking. It means you have actually locked the row and the column and the row.
My Outlook on my laptop is still updating.
Oh, okay.
Mute, Mwiza, mute. So that is how it is. So what we are doing, Shoko, I want you to go and shine at Ministry of Energy. What we are doing here, we're actually doing this. Picking this number here because we want it to move, so we are not locking it. I will still explain on the first part, the first layout. We are not locking because we want it to be moving. We do like this. 1 plus, then we lock this number here. The rate. This is the number that you pick. Then if you highlight, you can press Control R. Control R, it means you are copying to the right. Control D, it means you are copying downwards. That is how it works. I normally see certain things that are very amazing to me. You have a 3 here, and you want to have a 3 down here. I've seen people copying like this. Control C, then bring it like this, then doing Control V. Yet, all you can do, you can just press Control D. If there's Mwiza here. If I want to copy Mwiza down, I'll just press Control D. Instead of first copying, then you go to Control V, which is pasting. You are wasting time. Okay. So this is what we are doing here, Shoko. Look at this. What we did on the first one, we locked the cells, the actual cells. So we did like this, equals, pick that number, FNF4, locked by having those dollar signs. Like I told you, the shortcut to locking, first you can go the manual way. Physically, you go in here. First, let me do this. I can go in the formula bar, press the dollar sign, then go after D, press the dollar sign. I can do that. That is manual. It's okay, it's allowed. Or I can pick this number, this cell, and press FNF4. I would have actually locked that cell. Then times, so what I don't want this number to be moving. I want it to remain in D. I think I demonstrated to you, Shoko, the importance of these dollar signs. It is not money, pay. These are anchors or locks. Open bracket, 1 plus. Again, I'm locking this. I don't want it to be moving. Then to the power, I'll pick this number here and press enter. Then highlight and press Control R. Okay. I guess this is okay. You know that all my lectures, I usually post them on YouTube, so you have access to this lecture in case you have missed a point also.
Didi, sorry, are you able to go back?
Okay, on which one? On this one?
The first one.
Yeah. So if you want, instead of actually going cell by cell, you can highlight like this. This is also another trick. So you press equals. I pick this number here, which is D6. The first thing that I want to do is to lock it, because if I don't lock it, it will be moving until you disturb I'll create bugs in this workbook, errors. So I'll lock this. By locking, there are different shortcuts. It's either for some laptops, you just go directly to the functional key. These functional keys were the first ones, the first row. There's F4. So you just go directly to F4, it will give you those dollar signs. That is if your laptop is blessed. Secondly, you can use FN, which is next, the key next to control. FN, F4, you'll be able to lock. If your laptop cannot do that, you can press Shift F4, you'll be able to lock. Those are shortcuts. And each time you're pressing Shift F4, is either, if it has locked at first, it will start now unlocking. It will start with the column, then go to the row and unlock everything. So those dollar signs, Mwiza, it is not money, chiwe sindalama. These dollar signs are what we use as anchors. They hold formulas together. Otherwise, you get wrong output. Okay? So times, open bracket. So we are trying to grow the actual sales in 2024. We're actually trying to grow it at this growth rate. So this growth rate is either maybe I've gotten it from Central Statistics Office, or based on your historical numbers, you've been able to compute your CAGR, which is your compounded annual growth rate. And I'll show you how you can compute these numbers using CAGR. Then it helps you because you know that the annual growth rate for the last 5 years, it has been growing. For example, if it's Zambian population, has been growing at 2.88%. So if you have that number, I'm so comfortable to forecast into the future. So I'll be able to forecast in terms of the population, what I think the population will be in a specific year. So in this case, we are growing by 5%. So this 5%, I'll lock it, which is FN F4, close bracket, to the power. You know that this sign, you'll find it on key number 6. I'll pick this. Then I don't want the output to be just in one cell. I want in all the highlighted cells up to I. So I'll press Control, I'll hold Control and press Enter key because I don't want to waste time. This is method 1, Miza. Method 2 is where I make this number dynamic or relative. It will be moving, yet the growth rate will be anchored, but it will be moving because I'll be growing this number. I'll grow this number at 5%. I'll grow this number in here, this number at 5%, and I'll move on like this. So there will be no need for me to anchor this number. So I'll make it relative. So I'll pick this number there, times, open bracket, 1 plus log. So I can highlight and copy to the right like that. You need to master this art, guys. One day, it will help you have a meal when things go to the West. Trust me. Okay. So, before we go to the other components here, I just want to, for those that have 365. Okay. So those days, guys, it used to be a challenge. That's Mama bring. Those days, it used to be a challenge to separate these, where you have in one cell, you have say as the full names, and you want to separate them in different columns. Would actually use mid, would use right. We had this like mid, then under mid here now you need to know how many texts you're going to have. So there you know that Mwiza is 5, so you pick 5. It used to be very cumbersome. Start from start number, so you say 5 here. Sorry, you do like this. Start number 1, number of characters, you say 5. Then you pick Mwiza like that. But then you needed to determine how many characters are the first name. So this is what we used to do. Do not copy this tactic. So first, I would say find equals find. Just observe. Do not do anything. Then I'll come here and say find text. What do I want to find? I want to find the space. Within which text? Within this, start number 1. Then I'll do like this. So I'll come there and say, because it has picked some space, then I'll say -1. This is what we used to do. Then if I want to get the first names, I'll say equals. So if I want, I can say right. Pick this. How many characters? Those characters. Is it right or left? That's, sorry, I'll say left. This text. Number of characters, I'll pick that. So it will give me the first names. Guys, this used to be manual. This is manual. This time now around, if I want, I can type in Mwiza like that. Then do this, press Control E. So Control E, I'll be able to get all these numbers. Did you see? You say equals, you type the first one. It's also outdated then. Mwiza. Then I'll do this. Then I'll press Control E. Hold Control key and press E. I'll do like this. If you don't want to press Control E, it will be this. Yeah. My battery is getting discharged. Okay. We do not have Zesco power, but I have my own power. So there are certain rooms where the sockets are not connected to the solar generator. Okay. So I highlight like this. Then you see this on fill. Then I'll just go and press on flash fill. I'll do like that. But this is true labor. So for those that have 365, this is what you do. We type equals text split. Let's do it together, guys. Text split. Control A, once you have that, Control A, so that you're able to open the function argument box like this. So which text do we want to look at? It's this text there. Code delimiter, column delimiter. Which column delimiter are we looking at? We'll split these names using space as a column delimiter. So space, you don't just go in here and you think you have left space. No. In Excel, guys, the space is hard-coded. It's like this: inverted comma, space, inverted comma. It means that you have created some space. So just that. For those that deal with the certain systems, you find that the systems will have names in one column, and maybe you're getting this data from Pastel, from Oracle, or whatever. So you want to separate it. This is what you do. Text split, M4, inverted comma, space, inverted comma, and then you press OK. Press OK. You'll see what is going to happen. Who has managed? So,
I've managed.
So now, when you have this, I can take this formula down here. Solve that. That's it. You don't need to belabor. I know Zara there where you are. I'm sure you face these things, don't you? Challenges.
Yes.
Do we use this if our laptops do not have text split?
You have to organize your latest. I know, remember you are in Iboma, same with Shuko. So you are on your own, okay? You have to use the formulas, but I'm not here to static. I've shown you how you can use those formulas. You just need to have the right machines. On data manipulation, we'll be able to do that. Chunga have managed, right? That's very good. Okay. So this formula that I've introduced to you on text split, these formulas are called dynamic arrays. And you can use your 5G. It's very interesting, guys. Let me show you another.
Coach,
Hello?
how did you, after the text split, what did you press? What, after you did equals to, let me see the formula.
Okay, let
The
me do it
brackets.
with you. Let me do it with you. Equals text split.
Yes.
So which text? You can see what has been highlighted in bold. That is what you need to put in there. The text, I'm picking the first one there.
Hold on. So
Right.
text split.
Then comma, then I bring in the inverted commas, inverted comma, space, inverted comma, and close it like this. Then I'll press enter and then copy this up to down here. So if you don't want to copy like that, I did actually show you what to do. You go down, you press Control D, Control and D, meaning that you're copying downwards.
Space.
Is it okay?
Oh my gosh. You know what? Text split, open bracket.
So here, let me just do like this. Formula text.
Hang on, because I have to
Yeah.
switch screens.
It's this one. This is a formula. This is a formula.
Okay. Oh, comma. Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's all. Thank you.
Okay.
So it's comma that.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, it's worked now. And
Okay.
then control D.
Mhm. That's very good. So I'll keep on introducing you to these dynamic arrays until you get to know how to even build functions using dynamic arrays. So I did introduce you to the first function under dynamic arrays, which is sequencing. And we'll do it here. Type sequencing. So Control A to open it. I just want to show you, you need to be able to read this. So you're saying, how many rows do you want going down? Let's say you want 4 rows. You type like that. Okay. The columns, we want 6 columns. So if I don't show the start and the step here, it will assume that the sequence will be 1, 2, 3, 4, what? So if I press OK, this will be the sequence, guys. It's magic, it's magic. But if I want to show where I'm starting, I can say we are starting at 10 and we'll be moving each step to be 3 steps. 3 per each step. I'll press enter like this. So it changes. It's very, very interesting. So most of these techniques, they'll be very handy. And this is why Shuko and Emmanuel, you will need to install 365 on your laptops. That is a must.
Yes, we'll definitely do that.
Very good. So if you have these numbers, for example, you can still use dynamic array function. For example, we can use, those days before that, we used to have a function called choose. But now they have actually even made it more interesting. You have choose column, you have choose rows. So if I'm choosing columns here, I'll do like this. You see this choose rows. See how it works, guys. What array am I picking? I'll pick this. But when you're dealing with dynamic arrays, you want to copy everything there. You want this function to see the whole row or table. Then you need to put a hash sign like this. So meaning that it sees the whole table. You have seen, at first before a hash, it was only seeing one cell. But then you type hash like this. It is seeing the whole table. CCTV. This is CCTV. It's now able to see everything within that table. So when you see those hashing formulas, please just know that the person who modeled that financial model you're looking at was using dynamic arrays. Then, comma. If, for example,
I think I missed you a bit on how you generated the table. I think I missed my.
Okay. Let me just remove this. We are using dynamic arrays, guys. So it's a sequence. So which rows we want to pick rows? So I can say we'll pick 5 rows, comma, the columns we'll have maybe 7 columns. Where do we want to start from? We want to start from number 10. Each step, it will go in 3s. And I'll close this and I'll press enter. Are we there? So guys, the Excel gurus have gone wild. So you need to understand these things and you just need to master this art. Like I'm saying, one day, These things,
What is
this
this?
skill is going to feed you.
Well, what's this? What's the purpose of doing this? Well, how would you use this? Just sequencing numbers.
Mhm. So this is how you'd use it, Zara.
Thank you.
Let me, yeah, this is how you use it. Let's say you have which date? I don't want to pick it today. Let me say 1st January 2024. I have this number. So this is what I can do. Watch. I want to go up to for 10 years, for example. I'll do this. And date, watch. Just watch. I'll pick this number there, comma. This is a practical way of looking at this, comma. I'll bring in the sequence. So the sequence, I'm going columns. I'll do this. How many columns? I want to go up to the 10th year. By which steps? 12. Watch. So if I pick this number, guys,
Okay.
wait, Kylie.
No, I kind of, okay, I can see how you, I was just wondering on how practical, why would I want to use this? But that's a good example.
Understand? So I have from January here to give me this. So I have these numbers like this. So come there, it's the same thing. So I can use this sequence and create things like this. Is it okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So you can go on and use a function. Again, it's a dynamic array function. Choose rows. I want to pick a specific row in here. So this hashtag, guys, this is more of a CCTV. Shoko, are you getting me? So I'll say equals, choose.
Yes, I'm getting you.
Continue.
I had a question.
Please.
Is there like a booklet where there are all these symbols where we can know what somehow they mean? Because they seem to be a lot.
There are videos on YouTube, which is my channel. So after this, you go and watch again and watch again and watch again until you become a guru.
Okay.
Okay. This is why you're here. So here, guys, you have this hashtag that I'm saying. What is this thing? Now I've forgotten. What do you call this thing, Muiz? Memory. It has gone. Okay. So
It's a hashtag, it's correct.
yeah. So you then move to what was there, guys? We in Excel, we only had this function, choose. So what they have done in 365, they have given us more dynamic functions that we can use, replacing this choose function. So we have the choose columns and choose rows. The concept is the same. So I'll pick choose rows. So which row am I picking? I'm picking this row here. So because if you have seen what I've done there, it is only highlighting this cell. But what I want it to highlight the whole range, like a CCTV, so that I have this helicopter view. So I'll type a hash sign. So now, after typing that, I think you have observed it has highlighted the whole table, comma. Which one do I want to pick? For example, I want to pick the first line. In the second row, I want to pick the fourth line. You will see it will pick this first line and this other line there. And please do that. Those that have 365, then you can press enter. Press enter. So you can see that it has picked the first row and the fourth row. So if I was to change this one and type 2 there to pick the second row, it's magic, isn't it? Hmm? Chiwe, is this not magic, sure?
It is. It is.
Okay. So I'll keep on introducing you to these dynamic arrays so that when we reach at a stage where we are able to start looking at models, you'll be able to use dynamic arrays to develop models. The advantage of using dynamic models, guys, is that it compresses the size of the spreadsheet, of the workbook, than using ordinary formulas and functions. Okay? Yeah, we'll move very quick. So if you want to add, I always see people doing like this, equals sum. Means that this is what I always see you doing. You do like this. But you can use your shortcut. You can use out plus. It will give you, you'll be able to add. So you just press out and where your plus is and press enter. You don't need to type equals sum, what, you waste time. No, this world is moving at a very fast rate. So, so if you are not quick, you will remain behind. And poverty may end up facing you. So you have to move very quick. Okay? So this is your shortcut for summing. Out plus. Shuko, are you there?
Yes.
Very good.
But I do alt equals,
Mm.
not plus.
It can be on plus or on equals, because for me it's
Oh.
on equals.
Or
Okay. So now we go to maximum price. On maximum price, you have a function called max. So again, you just pick this and press enter to give you a maximum number. These small functions, they are very, very important when we start dealing with the financial models. You will see how handy they can become. Because you have to reach at a level where you don't just create a model, you create a bankable model that You can be able to sell it at $50,000, 80,200, whatever. That's what I'm saying, that when you master this skill and the sector or the industry or the market gets to know that you know how to create bankable financial models, I don't think you ever sleep on an empty stomach unless you're fasting. Minimum equals min, tab, pick this, press enter. Item count equals count. Press enter. Average sales. Press enter. Deviation, guys, is the maximum less the minimum. Is this minus the minimum. So these lectures, guys, will be 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, so that we don't lose concentration. But in the next 1 hour, I'll be able to post this lecture on my YouTube account. The most important thing is about practicing, is about understanding the principle. So follow the video religiously. Okay, so before we close, you know what we always do? We do the checkout. It's just like you go to a hotel, you just can't zoom out. So you have to check out, you have to fill in a form of some kind. That's what we do here. So I'll start with Zara.
Sorry, Coach, pardon?
Check out. We are done with it.
Oh, to check out. Okay. Oh, sorry. It's been a great session. I've learned a lot within the last 40 minutes. I like the whole, the formula that you showed us on how, what did you call it? Sorry, I just need to go back my. When you want to do a forecast for the next like 5 years, in terms of how you use the whole, oh my gosh, the equal to in the first year and how to lock the cell. I mean, I kind of have an idea, but obviously I would like the whole, what was this? The separating of the names. It's actually something I've been trying to do. There was actually something I was trying to do today, and I needed to, actually I should ask you, when you type in a cell and you have a lot of things to write, but you want to keep, basically I was creating a purchase order, not a purchase order, it's a purchase extra, sorry. In the cell, I wanted to stay in the same cell, but kind of go to the next, like move to the next, would I call it line? Kind of in the same cell. Actually, what's the shortcut for that?
Going to the next, I haven't gotten you. So what you could do in tomorrow's class, just demonstrate what you want to do, then we'll show you.
Okay, so yes, thank you so much. I like the separation of the names because that will help me a lot with my work. It was a great session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So you have reminded me, I wanted to show you how you can get your focus numbers, like maybe your CAGR, your compounded annual growth rate. We usually use this word so often in finance. It's pronounced as CAGR, compounded annual growth rate. So for example, you have this Let me just show you. Just watch. Mhm. So you have moved from 2015, these are actuals. From 2015 to 2019. So let's say you of course. Mhm. So you have numbers like these are just dummy numbers, guys, that I've created. Mhm. So you want to see the compounded annual growth rate. You want to compute that and use that CAGR for your forecasting from 2020 going maybe to 2025. So your CAGR here would be, there's a formula, there's a function we call RRI. Don't tell me IRRR. Sometimes people always want to correct me. I'm saying RRI. So you have this. So this function, you check how many, the number is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you type 4, comma, what's the present value? This is the present value. What's the future value? That's the future value. So it shows that the cost will be increasing at 3.7%. So I can use this number now to forecast this side. So these ones, they were actuals. Mhm. Then I'll focus from here. This one. So I have these focus numbers. So I'll pick this and 1 plus. This is how to grow from my focus. Mhm. So I can even create a bit of chart. There's no power the other side. I can create a beautiful chart. I'm not talking to you, my friend. Can create a beautiful chart. Mwiza, I hope you're learning. Tomorrow I'll ask you to develop a chart. Mhm. So can do something like this. So the issue here was to show you how you use Kaga to forecast into the future. And using the function called RRI. So if you check what we are using here, come into your formula text, this is the formula here, RRI. That is the function in Excel that we use to compute the compounded annual growth rate. Okay. So we go to Shuko. Shuko, please check out.
Hello. Thank you very much for the class. I think I've learned a lot so far that I didn't know. I always wondered how long it took people to develop those financial model. I see 20-year financial models and they have all the numbers in place. So I used to think they used to like spend so many nights to do that. But after learning about the sequencing, where you can even put the number of years, if you want 20, you just put in 20 and do the sequence and everything will just pop up using Control R or Control D. I think all those things have just given me a perspective of how doable the financial models are. So I'm very, very grateful for this lesson.
Thank you. Mwiza and Chiwe. I'll start with Chiwe first.
Thank you, Coach. So, very insightful lesson. I picked up a lot of new fantastic tips that I can definitely apply. Coach, if you might allow me, I had a question.
Sure.
On the text split formula. My question is, say I pick information from a database and I copy and I paste it into my Excel, but I've got Mwiza Tembo appearing in one cell. Can I use text split to split that text, or I would need to use a different formula?
No, you use the text split. So you're saying you want to split this, isn't it?
Yes. So
you're having it in different columns.
Okay. No. I think I get where you're coming from, because we're using one cell even in your example. But let's assume I had multiple parameters. So I had Mwiza Tembo, date of birth 2005.
In one cell.
But all of it, because yes, in one cell. So
Okay,
because
so let's
all
say
of it is
2005.
And maybe other information, 2005, female economist. Now I want to make sure that all this information now is populated in different cells.
Okay, so I'll come here. Because so say text split. Sorry, text split. So I'll pick that. And I'll do this. Space that. I'll give you different examples. So if, for example, certain systems, what they do, the way they are, you have something like this. Some of them, they will have full stops or commas or whatever it is, or something like this. So I'll still do this, because text split. So I'll pick there and the inverted comma, full stop, inverted comma, and I'll press enter. This will give me the each cell. Is it okay?
Okay. Yes, it is.
Mwiza, check out as well.
Thank you so much, Coach. I've definitely picked up a number of helpful tips. I've been using 365 for some time now, and I always go the manual way. It's unbelievable how it can be so helpful for my work. So I was even thinking to myself, probably tomorrow morning, the first thing I'll have to do is go through the work on YouTube once you upload it. But otherwise, it's very insightful. Thank you very much. And it's true, I always have to add manually in Excel. So to note that I can add just by doing out and plus is really magical.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, thank
You'll be a
you.
guru very soon. You'll be a guru very soon.
No doubt.
Mtale, check out.
Thank you, Coach. It's been an educative session. I've definitely learned a lot, especially about the sequence function. It's one that I didn't know about. So getting to know the different, that's been quite insightful, the text split function as well, and the different ways in which you can forecast. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. Emmanuel Mwemba.
Okay, so today I have learned a lot. Of course, beginning with the focusing of figures and the text split, as well as the sequencing. The hashtag and the odd plus when you are actually adding. So lastly, the focusing at last, just the example that you gave us after one of the members asked a question. I think it's quite an insightful lesson, and I'm learning a lot, and I think I'll need to have the 365 for me to benefit more from these lessons. Otherwise, as from government, we may be missing.
Absolutely. From Boma. Okay.
From
Thank
Boma.
you. Memory.
Thank you, Coach, and thank you for today's lesson. It was very insightful. I appreciated the new menus or the new formulas that you presented. I just learned that I don't have 365 much. I was trying to key in the formulas, they were not coming up, so I can't wait to try that. That's it from me.
Okay, so what you can do tomorrow, you can go to IT and they'll install that in 365 for you.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you. Venon. By the way, Venon was my student. In case you guys don't know, I had one of the most successful business schools in Livingstone. I had over 200 students. Then I made a blunder. I decided to go in the corporate world. So I'm regretting Mwiza. It was very big. So Venon was one of my students.
Oh, that's nice. No, we'll come and hear about the blunder tomorrow.
I should have remained there than been in the corporate world.
Yeah. Hi, Coach. And hi, everyone. Team, this man was amazing. You find that you start around 04. And the last class was around 23 hours. So he was very energetic those days.
Very, very. I was telling Mwiza today at the office, I was saying that when I get so stressed, the only therapy that I have is teaching.
No, thanks very much. Otherwise, it has been an insightful lesson where we learned, how do you pronounce it, Kaga, which I feel if you practice a lot, it's a very good tool which can be helpful, more especially when you are preparing budgets. I feel is something which can make work very easy. In addition to that, I've learned the issue of Control D, Control R, text split. Text split is a tool which I really appreciate because in most cases, when you download information from the system, in our case, we use Sage. So you download from Sage, you find that or even a bank statement. Sometimes you get the bank statements, you take them to Excel, you find that information is jumbled, but it's a tool which can be very helpful. And I really appreciate what we've learned. We'll continue practicing going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vernon.
Sure.
Alexander. Then I'll go to the brother to Richard Soko.
No, mine is just to say thank you so much. I mean, I've been following your post, I think, in our CIMA network, and as a CGM, I think one of the things that we're encouraged to do is to pursue constant development and acquire analytical skills. I had just finished a small program on Google Analytics, and we were one of the things we were doing was just the text split, except that they were just teaching us about the left and the right. So it was my first time today when I just saw you do the text split and use the M4, the one that we just did, and I just realized just in terms of knowledge, just how vast there's so much to learn, and things are changing every day. So if you're not like following through, I think you'll be left behind on some of the much more smarter and easier way to go about just working with data and forecasting. So I just wanted to say I'm so grateful and privileged to just be learning from someone like you. It's really been a very, very enlightening sequencing. I didn't know about this, and today I've just learned about it and so many other things. So I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity.
You're most welcome. The brother to my favorite PF cadre, Richard Soko. Isaac, please check out.
Okay, thank you very much. I've been asking for this for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that it's finally happening. So thanks for the invitation. I realized how much I didn't know today when I joined the class. I used a lot of copy and paste and manual calculations. So today I'm happy to have learned the text split. The times when you're copying data from PDF document, you want to bring it to Excel and do some analysis, but you find that the copy and paste does not respect the rows and the columns. It just comes like that. And so I've been doing it manually, which takes a lot of time. So now I've learned new tricks. The Kaga as well has been an insightful tool, something that you can use to forecast. So that's something new that I've learned today. There are times when there's data in rows and columns, but you don't want all of it. You just want to pick. So we do copy, paste, arrange it in a way that you want. But now I've learned the choose row and the choose column function. So I'm grateful. And I'm so glad to be part of this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So guys, tomorrow, same time, I hope I'll be in the same mood. Let's meet at the same time, 20 hours tomorrow, Tuesday. Thank you so much, and bye-bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you. Good night.
Good night.